The following is a production of the Hickory Crawdads Broadcast Network. Hello there. We welcome you back to the next installment of the Crustacean Nation Podcast. I'm Brian Rushing, the voice of the Hickory Crawdads. Today, we've got a special conversation with a young man who grew up just down the road from LP Franz Stadium in a little town called Cherryville, North Carolina. That's right, I've got Dalton Pence with me. Today, we're going to talk about his time at the University of North Carolina and what it's like to play just up the road from his hometown, Cherryville, North Carolina. All that's coming up in just a little bit right here on the Crustacean Nation Podcast.
You know the ones who give and then give some more? The brave ones who serve from the heart and choose love, who make untold sacrifice to help others get ahead, and who are always there when you need them. We see you, and we're celebrating you. To the ones who help make us exceptional, thank you. People's Bank. Be exceptional. Visit peoplesbanknc.com. Member FDIC Equal Opportunity Lender.
And we welcome you into our latest edition of the Crustacean Nation Podcast. And this one's going to be a lot of fun for me because I grew up in Gastonia, North Carolina, have been a Gaston County guy pretty much my whole life. And well, when you got a guy from Gaston County on the roster, it's almost a given that you've got to bring him on. So, Dalton Pence, welcome to the Crustacean Nation Podcast. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Dalton, being born in Gastonia, spending time in a little town called Cherryville, North Carolina, I want to ask you, you're playing literally like a half an hour, 40 minutes away from your hometown. Knowing that you've got eyes on you from Cherryville every time you're pitching, does it add a sense of pressure or does it add a sense of comfort that you've got those eyes on you?
It adds a sense of comfort for me, being this close to home. Like, my parents get to come to all the home games, and then just small town friends that I've had growing up throughout my life, they've been able to come, and like grandparents, family, friends, just all of them being able to come, and then just Cherryville residents or Lincoln, Hickory, even people that I've known growing up, them being able to come watch me throw has been awesome.
Now, we're going to dive into a little bit of what life was like for you in Cherryville, but in me following your journey last year, you and I have a mutual friend, Richard Walker, who's handled media for a long time down in Gastonia. And he would chronicle on his website a lot of what you were doing when you were with the North Carolina Tar Heels. Give us in your words what the experience was like playing in Chapel Hill for a team that is deeply beloved in this part of the world and getting to Omaha and pitching in the College World Series.
Playing for the Tar Heels was always a dream of mine growing up. Being from this part of the state, always been a Carolina fan, and I have nothing but great things to say about Chapel Hill as a whole. Love the university, love the baseball team, the coaches. I mean, they helped me tremendously for the 3 years I was there. Obviously, I didn't play the first year because of Tommy John, but second year and third year, they helped me grow a ton as a person, as a man, as a baseball player. And so it was an awesome experience, especially last year getting to Omaha. I mean, that was our whole goal, was to win the whole thing, and even getting there is a very hard task. And I feel like the way we did it, we had the best team, in my opinion, and all the guys on the team's opinion. It just, all the cards didn't fall in our favor, but we had a blast.
Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about this before we went on the podcast, but you are a guy that's had a Tommy John surgery, and it's becoming certainly more and more commonplace. That's just becoming a thing in the game of baseball. From your perspective, when you were going through the rehab process, when you were trying to get yourself back to health and back to throwing, what did you find the biggest hurdle for you was in that process?
I would say the biggest hurdle is trusting it again after it goes out. That's obviously kind of a hard thing to do for most guys. It's just kind of trust your arm, especially right as you get back on the mound. just kind of trusting that you've done the preparation and put yourself in a good spot to be able to throw again and being consistent.
So, was there a time that the light bulb went off, maybe in a bullpen session, maybe long tossing, something of that nature, to where all of a sudden you realized, here mentally, I think I'm past the hurdle. I think now I can let it go and feel good about it. Was there a time that sort of clicked in for you?
Yeah, definitely. I would say during my first live BP, so back in Carolina, it's like mid-season. I'm about to be full, get back to where I was beforehand, and just facing some guys that didn't have a lot of playing time but still great college athletes, and just kind of having success and then being able to just learn from each outing after that, and just kind of everything started clicking and just was on a roll.
Dalton Pence, my guest here on the Crustacean Nation Podcast, all part of the Hickory Crawdads Broadcast Network. Dalton, I want to ask you about this because this is an intriguing part of your particular story. I didn't hear this quote directly from Madison Bumgarner, but it was attributed to him. A reporter asked him what it was like being in the pressure of a World Series pitching for the San Francisco Giants, and basically what it was like in such a high atmosphere, lots of folks, all eyes on Madison Bumgarner, and they asked him what was that experience like. And he, from what I understand, the legend goes, have you ever been to a Caldwell County Legion game? And the reporter was like, no. He's like, that's pressure. Now, with that said, you come from a place that, by percentage, is about as crazy a baseball town as you can possibly get. All you got to do is say the name Bobby Dale, and it kind of speaks to what baseball is like in Cherryville, North Carolina. From your perspective, did pitching in Omaha, did pitching in the ACC, is pitching now professionally, did a lot of those experiences that you had in Cherryville at that little ballpark right there off of Highway 150, did it really help sort of serve as a primer for what you would be going into?
Yeah, most definitely. Playing for Post 100 and Cherryville High School, those were, growing up, that's all you wanted to do was play for Coach Reynolds and Post 100. And then finally getting in that situation, the whole town's behind you, playing in the state tournaments. I got the pleasure of playing in the state tournament at Buck Fraley in Cherryville. And, you see a Legion game with 2,000, 3,000 fans there, and it's packed out, standing room, so you're kind of a small-town hero for the summer, and it's amazing.
And that's not hyperbole, folks. Literally, Fraley Field in Cherryville will have that many people come to it because it's the literal only game in town. It is a baseball town if there ever was. That sort of upbringing, did it specifically prepare you for the game of baseball? Did it offer you a perspective that now, as you chase your dream of playing in the major leagues, do you feel like you're almost vicariously playing for all the folks that are in Cherryville as well?
Absolutely. I feel like it's a great pleasure to be from such a small town, small baseball town, especially close to Hickory. And I feel like I'm chasing my dreams, but also all the people that have followed me closely, also doing it for them as well. They've done nothing but support me back in Cherryville, and I can't thank them enough.
Well, they certainly are. They're supporting you. There's no question about it. Final question I want to ask you. We know that the show is the end goal for you. It's the end goal for all of these guys out here working out right now before the Sunday afternoon game. For Dalton Pence, as you envision it right now in the early part of your pro career, what do you think are the things that are going to get you to the show playing at the highest level of professional baseball?
I would say keeping confidence. I know there's going to be ups and downs. I've experienced it in college, high school, everything. But then also remembering it's just a game. Like, we're out here having fun. That's the main thing, is having fun. It flies by. As most you'll hear the vets say, it'll fly by. And although you get into the dog days of the summer, it's still, you're out here playing with your best friends every day. And then the goal is to move up and be in the show. But just enjoying every second of it. I'm blessed every day to be out here and being able to play the game. A lot of people dream of playing every day. So
You're right about that. There are boys all over Gaston County right now at this moment that dream to have this opportunity. And you see the business side of it, there's no question about it. But at the end of the day, an hour before game time, it's guys playing a kid's game, and they get to do it at an extraordinarily high level, but they want to have no less fun than any of the little leaguers in Cherryville, North Carolina, or any of the guys playing high school baseball in the Gaston County tournament at Sims Legion Park. It's all about having fun and playing the game of baseball. Dalton Pence, thank you for taking some time with us and allowing us to tell your story on the Crustacean Nation podcast.
of course, thank you for having me.
We come back on the other side of the break. I put a bow on this installment of the Crustacean Nation podcast. We'll be back in just a bit on the Hickory Crawdads Broadcast Network.
You know the ones who give and then give some more? The brave ones who serve from the heart and choose love, who make untold sacrifice to help others get ahead, and who are always there when you need them. We see you, and we're celebrating you. To the ones who help make us exceptional, thank you. People's Bank. Be exceptional. Visit peoplesbanknc.com. Member FDIC Equal Opportunity Lender.
And we thank you so much for tuning in to the latest installment of the Crustacean Nation podcast. I'm Brian Rushing. For the entire staff here at LP Franz Stadium, thank you for checking out the Crustacean Nation podcast, and we'll see you here at LP Franz Stadium. Hickory Crawdads baseball, abide by the claw.
In the cool Catawba River mist, there's excitement in the air. From Lake Hickory shores across Unifor, it's spreading everywhere. From the young folks to the old folks, it's a feeling they can't hide. Since the Crawdads came to Hickory, this whole town's filled with pride. Hometown baseball, it's got a hold on me. Give me Crawdads baseball, Hickory's own number one hometown baseball team. There's an old rebel spirit in every part of Franz Stadium. So let's stand and cheer, cause the dads are here and the fight has just begun. And to those who should oppose us, well, let them know this law. When you tangle with a crawdad, you're gonna feel the claw. Hometown baseball, it's got a hold on me. Give me Crawdads baseball, Hickory's own number one hometown baseball team. So come out to the ballpark for some good old-fashioned fun. Join your friends and family, the good times have just begun. Hometown baseball, it's got a hold on me. Give me Crawdads baseball, Hickory's own number one hometown baseball team. Hickory's own